The music is so wonderful.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So they say, so they say. And it feels like I touched the end of the world there. But in a different way, as if this is a surreal experience. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Right, so it seems like the narrator hasn't remembered what we did some of the other times. Let's see, if there is any are there any new options? Look, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. I didn't say that last time, so let's do that one.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
I'm so
Make your way
curious.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement.
I'll take the blade this time.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't remember the ambience being this thick and threatening.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you.
I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
She's so much in control. Mentally, anyway.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
She's chained up.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
Not this time, because last time she was this controlling. She killed me.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'm gonna tighten my grip this time. I don't like to do it because, I don't know, she killed me last time. I'm gonna tighten my grip on it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
It's more like I don't want to do this sort of operation. I still don't want to do this. But why should I be scared of you? You tell me. Initiate with the talking while you still have a chance.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
She wasn't this bad last time. Last time she was eager and talking, but she wasn't this much of a controlling person. She sounds so much like a demon.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
That's sort of what I wanted to say last time as well.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Yeah, but you didn't want to talk last time.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. Well. I guess we're at an impasse then, aren't we?
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Okay, you know, I really don't want to do this. I'm sort of stalling here, but I'm gonna die otherwise, ain't I not? Slay the princess. Quick and painless.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Oh, really now?
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Why does she have one? The blade that I picked up, the dagger, was so much like a ritual, awaiting me on the desk outside. And she has one now as well, even though she's in prison. Somebody gave that blade to her. This is such an act. Why? And why does she suddenly look like she's a ghoul or a zombie again? Oh, this time I'm gonna try to finish the job because you're gonna kill me anyway. At least now you are. I'm gonna finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press
sorry.
forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
The red text. Why is there red text?
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder.
Well, you sound so much like it. I'm so sorry. You sound like a monster right now. You sound... You do sound human in one way, but you sound so vicious. So evil. I'm sorry, though.
Do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
No, but the narrator sure did.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Well, I sort of can't die, can I? I've been revived all the time.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So I die. Chapter 2, The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ah, there's a princess in a cabin somewhere here. Have I ever experienced that before, I
You're
wonder.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It seems like it's somehow the end of the world even if I do slay her. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Yeah?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You couldn't be more on the money. We're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
Voice of the cheated.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
So there is something about the princess. She turns into this weird entity, as if she unleashes her inner curse on herself. And it just puts an emphasis on how we are two extremes. How it's either me or it's her. It's me or it's her. Me or her. But why? It's like we're thrown into a coliseum.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I see the mirror is back.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, but what's with the mirror? What about the mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
What does this look like? Like every time I'm in this scene, or a similar scene that's sort of representing this cabin, I always think that this is the entrance door. But this is the door leading to the basement. At which point, is the princess even here anymore?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
It is tense. I care about being lied to.
As do I. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Okay, so the narrator cannot see the mirror at all. I wonder if that's related to this high-tier princess in this tower that seemed to reach into, capture the narrator, and turn the narrator against us. So anyway, take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Enter the basement. And the mirror disappeared. The mirror just disappeared immediately.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Yeah, it looks like we're walking inside a tree and we have all these splinters all around.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
She's gonna do me a favor in a moment.
Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
Oh no, oh no.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
That still sounds a bit demonic-like, like the ascended one from the tower.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yes.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
I'm not sure if that's how I would put it, but sure.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Oh no. She looks so prepared. It looks like she's hiding the fact that she's not chained at all. She's probably chained, because she's always chained. But it looks She looks so playful. She looks potentially violent.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
You're not safe. I'm not safe here with you.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Well, not just that, but the posture and everything is very like... She's trying to act, but she already looks excited that she's gonna overpower us. What are you hiding behind your back there, princess? Are you hiding a knife?
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
Why is it always the left chain connected and not the right one?
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that.
Yes, and you did as well, because you perfectly described what happened last time.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Ah, you demon woman, you.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the narrator doesn't know, but there's like a seed of God inside of her. This one grows and grows and changes, and she seems to remember between each time. She seems to start off being like somewhat human, and then she has like a spiritual force growing inside her from each time I come back to the cabin, and the narrator doesn't know what we're even doing or saying.
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
Obviously.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yeah, well, she remembers.
Something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you? Well, at least since last time, because obviously she remembers what happened.
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you.
No!
I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
Well, assuming that all of that was a lie, then I would really much like to know what your reason is.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
Ah.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
Well, she said not stabbing distance, so let's not go stabbing distance, but she could still launch at us. I don't know how much of a leeway is behind her, how much chain... Like, she could still leap at us.
She certainly feels threatening.
Well, yes. Yeah, everything is off about this. Everything is very off.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
She did last time, but the narrator wouldn't remember that, would he?
But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because she's gonna kill me anyway.
But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
I know you have a well, no, wait. I wanted to say you already have a knife, but I want to say that's exactly what happens, so you do remember it.
Would I just lie?
Yeah.
Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
You don't even sound human.
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
Up your sleeve.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Oh my goodness. Why are you so descriptive? It's absolutely what you would do. You did before, and you weren't even this lunatic at that point. Everything about you is so creepy and untrustworthy.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
She's armed. Prove it then. Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
Oh, she will if I get close.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
She remembers that I stabbed her last time, but she was going to do the same with me.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
You have them somewhere in your clothes, lady.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
Hmm.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
What if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
Wouldn't you? And also what sort of princess I think you are? You don't even have a name. You barely have a title. That's the sort of princess that I think you are.
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Yeah, no, that is not helping your case at all. I was sort of balancing on a fine line between stab and not stab, but I'm getting increasingly closer to stab again.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
Aha, what are you thinking?
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
Well, that sounds more like you actually meant it a bit more. But you know, 5 times 0 is still 0, so...
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious.
I don't know.
Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Well, truthfully, she was armed, but the environment is changing slightly. As if it's changing with our emotions, but the elements of the chains, which chains are hooked up. We have a dagger we pick up. She for sure has a dagger somewhere. The dagger is always the same place for us. So it's probably the same place for her. She has it somewhere. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. She became a little bit less suspicious with the last sentence, but I'm gonna pick this anyway.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything.
Birdface?
Thinks he could tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me.
Birdface? Am I a bird? I had like a weird claw of a hand, but Birdface?
I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
No, but I do like to know what I actually look like.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her?
No, we're having a little moment here, narrator. You stay out of this. I am in
We're
control.
clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Yes.
You're acting like you are.
Yes.
My entire world is at risk.
Your world is at risk.
Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Well said, voice of the cheated.
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. I want to push my intention out. I am a little bit wobbly now. Wobbly between killing or not killing, but I rather do not want to. I want to go back to the path of humility and peace.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I don't know, maybe you could tell me. Your voice is weird. Yeah, I know that you are mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
Oh, she's so... Just come here so I can kill you, but I promise I'm not mad at you.
I think I've said my piece at this point.
Then the Herder is just giving up.
I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, I suppose that, yes. What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you slashed my throat last time.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, she would stab my heart, wouldn't she? Not my throat.
Okay, I'm bored now.
Okay. She did sound like she was playing around.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Oh my goodness, her dress is just like the environment, with the splinters just going out. Oh my god, she's such a ghoul, and the knife was hitting inside of her hat. Oh, God.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
Well, I thought she was already, well, flying at me. Did time freeze up or something?
At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Ah, okay. Okay, so she forgot maybe that the other chain was still intact.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least for a moment.
Jesus. You're like a creature from Amnesia: The Dark Descent, with a machete stuck in your arm.
She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
Yeah, it's like, huh? See, you turn into some sort of ghoul or zombie when you're enraged. So, what are you?
And then she slices through her arm.
Turn around,
Okay,
leave.
maybe we aren't safe here.
Yeah, maybe we aren't safe here. You have like 1.5 seconds to figure that out.
She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace.
The speed is not the only thing terrifying about her.
Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
I'm gonna use it actually, I'm not gonna be able to stab her, am I? Look at that!
And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
So I did get the choice. I used it instinctively. But why does it look like she's coming from a mirror? Or is that me sort of being reset, going out of this frame and into another frame? So what are we even looking at? We tried to... yeah. We're trying to parry. But it's not gonna help, I guess. What's wrong with our arm? We're so demonic and weird. But it's as if our arm is rotting.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
Yeah, there we go. So it's just like a comic strip thing. She did feel like a little bit of like a manga or anime style, this one. So it makes sense, I guess.
She's even better at this than she was last time.
Yeah.
Bloody cheater.
Overpowered.
I'm going to kill you now.
Okay. I'm not sure if she looks phased or if she actually... I don't know.
With a squelch, she does just that.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she cares too much. But I would imagine that she would smile a lot and be like a maniac about it. And now it's just like, nah, I'm just bored. I'm just going to end it now.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
And I die.